Joziah is he's 10 months old and he gets into everything. He's a special kid. He's our first kid.
Everything was normal until we went to our 20-week ultrasound, which they check, his heart, all the main organs. They tell us if he's a boy or a girl. We found out first that he was a boy. And we were so excited because we had been wanting a boy. My husband almost fell off the seat, excited. And then the ultrasound was taking a lot longer than, I remember having other ultrasounds.
They diagnosed him with Hypoplastic Left Heart Syndrome, which the right side of his heart, the pumping chamber, doesn't develop all the way.
But when we came to UNC, we met Maya, and she's like, we deal with a lot of people here that have, a lot of babies with that heart condition. So right away we were like, whoa, so they do survive. We were so excited. And we met Dr. Strauss, and he did my ultrasound, and he also, they saw that he had a hypoplastic. We went to Dr. Cotton, like in one day we saw 4 different doctors. And Dr. Cotton, again, he told us he had hypoplastic. He started telling us our options.
We delivered regularly at 39 weeks. Everybody was knowledgeable of the condition he was going to have, the severity of it. The surgery took 9 hours. We were in the waiting area for 9 hours. I came in. The surgeon himself came in and said everything went fine. There was a little bit of excessive bleeding, so they had to control that before we could see him. It was probably another 3 hours before we could see him.
It was the hardest weekend we ever went through. That was the most intense, full of emotions, and yet the nurses were there and they understood everything you were going through. They were doing whatever it took to help you get through this. They tell you what you need at that moment. And maybe it's because they've gone through it with a lot of families, but it does become personal for them. Like what you feel is what they feel.
Dr. Michael Mill, I was a surgeon for my son. What he's done for my life, my son's life, is beyond all appreciation. The hospital staff at the hospital is just amazing. Very one-on-one, very personal.
He came home after 7 weeks. He got better and better and better, and he didn't have setbacks after that 1 week. And now when the nurses see him, they can't believe he's up and running. He's crawling everywhere. He had a second surgery called the bidirectional gland, and that was nothing like the first. The second surgery, he came out looking like my beautiful boy. He came out without his ventilator. He got better within, 3 days. He was in the kick. And that's when we got home 9 days after that. I think UNC is, in one word describing them, they're amazing. Their healthcare is up to date. If doctors don't know something, they'll either find someone that does or they'll learn it. I think that the nurses, you won't find better trained nurses. We've dealt with 3 other hospitals, and we never found a nurse that knew her stuff till we came to UNC. My husband questioned every nurse, and I can tell you, the PICU nurses and the kick nurses that we dealt with, they knew what they were talking about.
It's much more comforting knowing, the competency of the staff at the hospital. I would recommend UNC Hospital to the largest case.